Oh, yeah.
Sure. Whatever you say, Kelly.
Yeah, you're doing right.
What do you call her? We're
Well,
on.
whoever sits there, I call her Kelly.
Kelly.
Yeah.
Kelly.
Everything but the name that's supposed to,
Even Stacy
apparently.
call her Kelly.
I'm thinking of,
Yeah.
I was thinking of other things, but I don't.
I forget who he called me the other day, and I'm like, yep, sure, I'll get it done.
We're not recording, are we? Well.
Yes, we are actually, we're on.
You're on.
We're on.
Boy.
It's almost official. Within seconds. Good morning. I'd like to officially call the Seneca County Board of Commissioners meeting to order for Tuesday, April 7th. Please join us for the Pledge of Allegiance. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And Commissioner Kirschner will lead us in prayer.
Okay, dear Lord, once again, please bless us with your wisdom in doing what is correct for the people and for the county of Seneca during this time of the resurrection and new spring. Please have us all smile and look forward to the great new things that are going to happen. We ask this in your name through your Son. Amen.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Stacy?
Here.
Commissioner Zoller? Commissioner Kirschner?
Here.
We'll have the signing of the journal, and I'll accept a motion to approve the DVD recording of our previous board session, which was Tuesday, March 31st, and the written index of that meeting.
So moved.
And I will second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Approved. All right, adjustments to the agenda. Anything to add?
No.
Okay, I'd like to add under old business, just brief discussion on the organizational structure for the project management for the Justice Center. That's just a couple of things to mention. Anything, Nicole, anything to add? Tanya?
Kelly.
Kelly. All right. And then before we go into new business, unless our special guest here have anyone else they know is coming, we could do the proclamation that we have now. Do you know of any others coming? Okay. All right. Then I think we'd like to go ahead. We had it scheduled for 10:15, but a proclamation to do for Mrs. Weaver. Mrs. Weaver, would you like to come up to the edge of the stand here? Our meetings are recorded. We want to make sure maybe we'll see you on the camera.
Pardon?
Maybe we'll see you on the camera then.
Don't have to.
Unless you don't want to stand, you can have a seat there.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay.
I had hip surgery and it's
Doing good? All right, good. Well, I'd like to read this proclamation that the Board of County Commissioners, Seneca County, Ohio has. Whereas Elizabeth Weaver served for 10 years as a Seneca County Jury Commissioner, following the 35 years that her husband Richard served as a Seneca County Jury Commissioner. And whereas Mrs. Weaver has lived her whole life on a farm and was partners with her husband running Weaver Farms and Weaver Sugar Camp, which are both now being ran by her family. And whereas Mrs. Weaver had her first teaching job in a small brick house east of Willard, Ohio. She spent 12 years at Seneca East High School teaching calculus, geometry, and algebra. She also served 16 years on the Seneca East Library Board. And whereas in her spare time, Mrs. Weaver sews, loves to do crossword puzzles, and enjoys spending time at her family's lake home. And whereas it is the desire of this Board of Seneca County Commissioners to honor Mrs. Elizabeth Weaver and thank her for her multiple years of service as a Seneca County Jury Commissioner. And now, therefore, it be it resolved that this Board of Commissioners, Seneca County, Ohio, be as it does hereby recognize, commend, and honor Elizabeth L. Weaver for 10+ years as a Seneca County Jury Commissioner. And witness, whereas we, the Board of Seneca County Commissioners, have set our hand on the cause of the Great Seal of the county to be affixed to this proclamation the 7th day of April in the year of our Lord, 2015.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anything you'd like to say to the group?
Not really.
Well, we greatly appreciate your service, and we need to always remember all of those who do these kinds of dedications and loyalty to the county. It obviously allows us to do our jobs better as a county.
The first years my husband did it, it was a job, a real. Now they do everything by computer.
Don't tell him.
It is much easier.
But congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you all for being here. We will move on to the old business
Nice.
that we
Thank
have.
you.
Yes, you're welcome.
Strategic planning. We had a strategic planning session, a retreat type session, a good portion of a day and then a couple of hours the following day to kind of wrap things up. And we've got that listed here about for discussion purposes, and we've received a draft, so.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I'd like to publicly thank Chuck Christensen for
Stay in touch.
for his
Okay,
work
I will.
moderating.
Thank you
this
very
meeting
much.
session.
Okay. All right. You have to go back to work, okay? I don't think we need to stay doing
Thank
it.
you.
Just carrying my
No, if you want to go, you can. You won't offend us in any way, shape, or form. People come and go throughout our meetings all the time.
They have to go to work. Everybody works.
Not me, if I can help it.
Not Mr. Goshi. He's gonna get away with not working.
Thank you again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Anyways, going back to it, commending Chuck Christensen for his work, David Zach did some transcribing from the couple of days of our meetings, day and a half actually, and then Mr. Christensen, Dr. Christensen, put it in a draft form, and it's pretty solid. We have, some changes. Commissioner Zoller will need to review it, but rest assured, this will be an ongoing work here, that we're not going to set it on a shelf. We do have another meeting scheduled sometime, I believe, in June.
June 23rd, according to the
To
minutes.
kind of set responsibilities, but just to briefly tell you, the areas that we are going to be working on over the next short term at least.
The goals.
The goals, we've set up 5 objectives. And the first of which is to develop a county master facilities and property plan. We think that we need to make sure we take care of our buildings, be good stewards of those, and look forward to what we might need in the future. The second is to finalize the Justice Center plan. Everybody's aware of that. The third is to develop a plan for the RTA building to make certain that that facility is adequate. The fourth is to develop a record storage plan. Right now, records stored everywhere across the county. So we want to make certain that we do that. This is all part of the master plan for the property. And the other objective there is to evaluate county participation in industrial site redevelopment, so that hopefully sometime we can find some areas that might be conducive to putting together another industrial park. The second goal is to improve the county's internal and external communication process. And by that, we're talking about a marketing plan, an internship possibly with Heidelberg or Tiffin University, develop a county government technology system that we can all be proud of. The third goal is to improve the quality of Sunday County's transportation infrastructure, and that is to work with ODOT, making certain that our voice in Columbus is heard loudly and clearly. And those are basically the major goals that we have. And within each of those are some objectives, and within each of those objectives, we will assign responsibility to certain individuals throughout the county to assist us in implementing our plan. It isn't finalized, but it is in draft form and will be approved in our June meeting.
I think it's just phenomenal what we accomplished in that in reality, kind of short amount of time. I have to admit, I was hesitant to think that we could get as far as I thought others thought we could, and I guess I was the pessimist in that case. Just because I've been through so many of these, and it just seems like it takes forever to come up with things, is what the mission statement should be, the vision statement, agree on the actions and those things, and I, again, kudos as well to Dr. Christensen and to David Zach with SIDAC, because they both played key instrumental roles. I think David, unbeknownst to him until he actually got there, but he just kind of jumped right in and is excellent at helped us through that process under Dr. Christensen's leadership. So I think it's great, and like I said, we'll look to meeting in June and reporting back. I think it's kind of left where, once Commissioner Zoller is able to have read the draft, that we would look at as the Board of Commissioners, individuals that might help if each one of us take one of these specific goal areas, and then others we might pull on to working with us on addressing the objectives that were outlined under all. And as it states in the verbiage of this, it is by far not encompassing everything, because it can't. When you look at some specific goals to work towards, it's not that you don't do anything else, it's just that you look at a few of them that you can have as SMART goals, measurable, specific, attainable, and all of the things that make that possible. So we'll look forward to moving forward on that in the very near future. So the other thing I had added under old business was regarding the organizational structure for project management of the Justice Center. And that was a draft document put together by the North Central Council, Regional Council of Governments. We talked about this at the meeting we had right before our strategic planning session a couple weeks ago out at the fairgrounds that morning. And we're waiting to get a draft contract, as far as I know yet, from the COG about project management stuff. So we'll be addressing that once we get that document and review it. But I'm thinking with this and talking with some other folks in the county government about this, is maybe I might talk to Mr. DeVoli about it in the structure and how they've got this set up, just kind of indicating what the responsibilities of these different groups would be that they've outlined here. So I'll do that if no one else has any other information on that. So, but there'll be more forthcoming on that. Nothing else for old business? Okay. Then we can move to new business and begin with the bill vouchers.
We have bill vouchers 44 through 48. Was a supplemental appropriation to the Public Assistance Fund 030, putting $5,500 into contract services. Another supplemental appropriation for the general fund this time, putting $98,833 into transfers out, and along with that, a fund transfer, moving that from the general fund to 042 soil and water. This is part of it's the ditch maintenance state match, moving the money around and getting it in the right place. Supplemental appropriation for the Juvenile Programs and Services Fund 176, putting $1,850 into travel. Resolution accepting the bid and entering into contract with M&B Asphalt for the Sheriff and Juvenile Court parking lot project. Resolution authorizing a contract service agreement with Vanguard Sentinel Career Center for GED instruction services for the jail inmates. Resolution authorizing the contract with RDS65 LLC on behalf of the sewer district. This is for inspection of sewer taps in the Bascom Sewer District. Resolution reappointing Celinda Scherger to the Mental Health and Recovery Services Board of Seneca, Sandusky, and Lunda.
Okay, that's all of them?
Yes.
No additions. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Then I will second. So a motion and second to approve the items under new business, the resolutions as stated. Any questions? Okay. Call the roll, please.
Commissioner Kirschner,
Yes.
Commissioner Zoller, and Commissioner Stacy.
Yes, all approved. All right. That'll lead us to an opportunity for citizens' comments. At this time, does anyone have any comments they would like to make? Okay. Seeing none, guess
Don't have to adjourn, don't have to wait for anything else, we're all set today, huh?
we can just adjourn if we want to adjourn.
So I will move for adjournment.
And I will second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. We stand adjourned at 10:13.
Wow.